It's important that we work in coordination with our municipalities and our local governments to make sure that we have a united front against the violence that has occurred in the city of Birmingham, Hoover, and other municipalities. It will help reduce the ability for our, and I'm going to go ahead and say it, our agitators to move within the community to create problems. We live in a unified Jefferson County. I grew up through the 60s, and I understand what it is to be divided. I promise you that Jefferson County is united in this effort and to move forward and to get in front of this violence. We do not condone it. We will not accept it. And we will eradicate anything that occurs as far as a violent act. We're unified. We have the sheriff's department. We have all of our municipalities, and we have other resources.
Rioting and fighting and robbing is not the answer. We've got to sit down and have a serious conversation about racism and systemic racism. So when are we going to have a serious conversation about this? I've been ready. I talk about it all the time. I have no problem talking about it.
Now, it's important to understand that many of these items were brought up by outside agitators, and they were able to feed on the emotions that sometimes swell here in Jefferson County. And it's going to require leadership. It's going to require our elected officials to come together and to unite our community so we can continue the progress of the past 60 years. If you go back and look at this time frame, you can actually see the progress that has been made. Is there progress still remaining to be done? Of course. You're never satisfied with what goes on, but this community has come a long way, and we have just begun to work together to make sure that this happens.
I felt like people dropped out the sky. I didn't know where they came from. They had on skull caps and coats. And I was like, it's hot. What are you doing with skull caps and coats? If you came to protest, what you got, a sludge hammer and a canister of gas. When they headed toward the courthouse, I ran over there, and Ladarius stopped them from throwing the gas can in the window. They didn't even know what they was. He said, "What kind of building this is?" They didn't even know where they were. They asked, "Where is the tennis shoe store?" They didn't know where they were. Because if you live in Birmingham, you know it's not a Foot Locker downtown. That's why I know that they wasn't from here. They didn't know the name of the building that they was trying to break into. They didn't know which direction to go. They was just running. And so a lot of them was not from Birmingham.
As a result of Sunday night, everybody is now on high alert, and so yes, there's rumors floating around. Well, they're gonna, it's gonna happen here, it's gonna happen there. But the last two nights are 4 o'clock Monday morning. They hit Academy Sports in Trustful and went for guns. Last night they went to Pleasant Grove and they were going for guns. That concerns us. So everybody's now taking the steps that they need to take, because this is not the people that are protesting. This is those who are here to do mischief and harm, and it's not going to be tolerated by those cities. So.
And again, one thing that these people who perpetrated the gun show, the gun store in Pleasant Grove, they caught one carload of them, and they were all local individuals. So these were not foreign; these were local individuals. So that is concerning, And it's troubling, and that's one of the reasons why we're working together to have these curfews, and some of them say 6 o'clock, some of them say 7 o'clock, but I promise you, when it gets dark, you need to be home. You need to be home with your family. Because if you're not, you're subject to be in violation of that curfew, to be stopped and be answered where you're going. And if you don't have a good answer, we know where you're going. You're going to jail.